You may be planning a move to Florida or buying a second home here. If you'd like to establish residency here, I hope you stay with me today because I'm going to share with you some tips of things you need to do when you get here. Hey everyone, I'm Lisa Kelly, Lakeland Homes and Lifestyles with Premier Realty. Aside from being so excited about you becoming one of our newest Florida residents, there's some pretty important things we need to talk about to establish residency here in Florida. Full disclosure here, I am a fully licensed Florida realtor, not an attorney or a CPA. Some of the things that we'll be discussing today can get a little complicated, so I strongly suggest that you get with a professional specializing in some of the fields that we'll be talking about today. However, at the end of this video, you'll have a really good idea of what to do, where to go, and how to properly establish your residency here in Florida. I'm also going to provide you a list of links so you'll have them all in one place for easy access. First, you're considered a resident when your permanent home is here. Most people relocating here from another state either sold their other home and either bought a new home here or renting a home in Florida. In this case, you would just do all the routine things like changing your driver's license, your voter registration card, enrolling your kids in school. Taking these actions show that you are going to be a permanent resident here. Now, if you own another house in another state and you want to keep that house, but you want to change your residency to Florida, that's where it could get a little tricky. This is very common, especially if you bought a second home here in Florida. You probably bought that home because of the awesome tax benefits here. However, the state where your other house is located may not take too kindly to losing your tax dollars. In this case, it's strongly recommended that you contact an attorney to get the very best advice based on your particular situation. You'll have to file a declaration of domicile with the state of Florida and have it approved. There is specific documentation that you need to show to prove that you have the intent of staying here in Florida. Again, please consult an attorney to make sure this is done properly. Now that we've got all that out of the way, let's talk about what most of you need to do right away when you get here. Yes, you have to go down to the DMV. I know, everyone dreads going down there and sitting around waiting for their number to be called. The good news is you can make an appointment with your county's tax collector's office and kill several birds with one stone right there. The key to having a smooth appointment is being prepared with all your necessary documents and bring more than necessary. Once you arrive in Florida, you'll have 30 days to get your Florida driver's license. When you get to the DMV, they're going to ask you for a bunch of documents like your Social Security papers and also your proof of residency. I put a link in the description that shows you what you'll need to bring and some examples. Here's the part that most people don't know. In addition to all the documents they're going to ask you for, you'll need to show a primary identification document that is not your out-of-state driver's license. Just bring your birth certificate or passport and you'll be fine. Now let's talk about transferring your car title, your vehicle registration and tags. If you've looked at the state websites, you're probably scratching your head. I too find these websites confusing. Go to the tax collector's office in the county in which you're purchasing your home or where you're renting your home to make sure that you're bringing all the proper documentation. If you own your car outright, transferring your title from one state to the state of Florida is really quite simple. However, if your car is financed in another state, you may or may not need to transfer that title to Florida. It depends on the state you're coming from. If you're one of the lucky ones moving to Polk County, I put a link in the description for you. All the people at the Polk County Tax Collector's Office are super nice and very patient. They do this all the time and they are happy to help you. Again, just have all your documentation and you'll sail right on through. Oh, and one more thing. You'll have 30 days to register your vehicle in the state of Florida once you arrive, and you'll need to show proof of car insurance. Make sure you have all that in place before your appointment. I know this sounds like a lot to do, but as I mentioned before, you could take care of a lot of this all in one place. Yes, you'll probably have to visit a couple of different windows while you're there, but it's a whole bunch better than making several trips on different days. Just plan on spending a couple of hours at the tax collector's office when you make your appointment, and you'll have all these tasks behind you. Now let's talk about pet registration. You must register all your pets with the state of Florida, and you could get a registration form from any local veterinarian. Cats and dogs over 4 months old also must have a pet license and have a current rabies vaccination. Once your registration form is completed and your rabies shot is recorded, you'll get your pet's license tags. By law, your pet is required to wear these tags to show proof of Florida license. The costs vary from county to county, so check with the animal control in the county which you're moving to. Also, you want to check out a prior video, and I talked in detail about moving with pets. Now let's talk about homestead exemption. If you own a home in the state of Florida and you've established residency, you can apply for a homestead exemption. This is super important because filing a homestead exemption is going to give you a huge discount on the assessed value of your home. Why is this so important? Because you're paying property taxes on the assessed amount. This is one of the many perks that Florida residents enjoy. Plus, it caps the amount the assessed value can go up each year by only 3%. March 1st is the deadline for filing for a homestead exemption. You only have to do this once for the current home, but if you sell that home and buy a new one as a primary residence, you'll have to file your homestead exemption again. You can even do this online. Just go to your county's property appraiser's website or stop by your property appraiser's office. And there's no charge to file for a homestead exemption. Are you relocating to Florida because you retired? When planning to retire to Florida, you'll want to check out the Department of Elders Affairs website. This website is very helpful. You'll find information on assisted living facilities, Veterans Affairs, and a ton of other useful information. There's also a handbook they provide that offers tips on moving to Florida as a retiree. And if you're considering relocating to beautiful Lakeland, check out a few of these videos I know you'll enjoy. Moving to another state can be a little stressful at first, but I hope this video relieved a little of that for you. To make things easier for you, I made this PDF for you that talks about all the websites and the resources that we talked about today. You'll find a link to this printable PDF down in the description. And if you're just in the planning stage of your relocation journey, I have a ton of information that I'd love to share with you. Just comment below or send me a private message. I would love to hear about your next chapter. I'm Lisa Kelly, Lakeland Homes and Lifestyles with Premier Realty. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.